Hello, this is Saakshi. I'm from IIIT. So ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನೋಡೋಣ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಂಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ತರ ಏನು ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ us look into or dwell into more of definite integrals ಇವಾಗ. ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ನಾವ್ ಇವಾಗ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿ ಬೈ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅದ್ರ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಬಿಗ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿ, ವೇರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಆಂಟಿ ಡೆರಿವೇಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಆಂಟಿ ಡೆರಿವೇಟಿವ್, ಓಕೆ, ಡೆರಿವೇಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು, ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಆಂಟಿ ಡೆರಿವೇಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್. So C will be, what is that? It will be the constant of the integration. So it will be the constant of integration anta ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. What is it called as? It is called as the constant of the integration. So ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ indefinite integrals ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಅಂಡ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಇಂಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿರತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಡಿ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿ. ದೆನ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು k into times of f of x into times of dx. Okay, f of x is equal to k into times of integration of f of x dx ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅವಾಗ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಟು ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಟ್ 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 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಎನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ into times of dx ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, which can be integrated as f1 of x dx plus or minus of integration of, okay, so plus or minus of f2 of x into times of dx plus or minus of dot 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 plus or minus of integration of fn of x into times of dx ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So the fifth one, what is the fifth answer? Fifth one ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, integration of f of ax plus or minus times of b dx will be equal to 1 by a big F of ax plus or minus times of b plus times of c. So wherein c is again called as the constant of the differential equation. Sorry, here c is also called as the constant of the integration. Al differential equation alli barutte. Anyways, this is basically called as the constant of the, ಏನು, ಸೊ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್. So what is the standard formula which is required for integration? So standard ಒಂದು formulas ಇರತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 14 to 15 ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ 14 to 15 ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ 14 to 15 ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನ ಓದೋದು ನಮಗ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ನಾವ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಸೇ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್, ಸೊ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ವಿಚ್ dx will be nothing but x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus times of c, where n will not be equal to minus 1. So okay, so where n will not be equal to minus 1, so x to the power of n bandaga ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ x to the power of n dx will be x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ we have that is derivative of this and this x to the power of n, and also we have x to the power of n plus 1 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, which is very very important for us to remember and also for us to know about, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಎಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ನಾವ್ ಇವಾಗ ಈ ತರ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಂಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾವ್ ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಏನು, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಗಳು, ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ ತರ ನಾವು ನೋಡಬಹುದು ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಗಳನ್ನ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಯಾ, ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸಮೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ನೋ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಸಮೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೀರೀಸ್ of series ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So what is it basically called? It will be called as the summation of the series ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So limit of n extends to infinity 1 divided by n, summation of r is equal to, so basically summation of r is equal to 1 to n, that is f of r divided by n, okay, that is integration of 0 to 1, that is f of x into times of dx. So limit of x to the or n to the power n, it extends to infinity 1 by n, summation of r will be equal to 1, that is p of n ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So f to the f into or f of r into n ಅಂತ r divided by n ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ 0 to p, okay, basically 0 to p f of x into times of dx, where p will be called as the number, or where p is a natural number ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. So p is basically called as the natural number. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೀಸ್? ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. Definite integrals anta baratte. So what are we going to say? We will have to know about the properties of the definite integrals anta irutte. What are the properties? ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ a extends to or a to b. Okay, f of x into dx will be equal to a to b f of t into times of dt. Okay, second property is a to b f of x into dx will be equal to minus of b to a f of x into times of dx. Okay, yeah. So third one ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, a to b f of x into dx will be equal to a to c. ಇಲ್ಲಿ c will be some middle term f of x dx plus times of c to d, that is f of x into times of dx. Now fourth one in baratte, so we have a to b f of x dx will be there, that is a to b we have f of a plus b minus of x into times of dx anta baratte. Okay, so fifth one is 0 to a f of x into times of dx is equal to 0 to a f of, okay, a minus of x into times of dx. ಆ ತರ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಸಿಕ್ಸ್ತ್ ಒನ್, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇಫ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ ಆಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್, okay, so in minus a comma a, okay, so in minus a comma a, so we have minus a to a baratilli, that is f of x into times of dx will be equal to 0. Okay, so this will be equal to 0 baratte, avaga minus a to a f of x into times of dx will be equal to 0. This is the first point. Then the second point is, if in case if f of x will be there, so if f of x is an even function anta barutte. So basically f of n will be an even function in, what is that, in minus a comma a will be there, and therefore then we can basically say minus or so first of all will be equal to minus a to a, that is f of x into times of dx will be there, that is 2 into times of 0 to a, that is f of x into times of dx anta ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so now ಇವಾಗ we have the next one will be having, that is the sixth one ಆಯ್ತು, then the seventh one will be there, and that will be the periodic function. Okay, so we have, that is the periodic function ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. What is this periodic function? So let us say ಇವಾಗ function f of x will be there, correct ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇವಾಗ if we have, that is f of x will be a periodic function ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಂದಾಗ ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, and the period of the given function is t. Okay, if the period of the given function is t and it is a periodic function antaga, that is b plus times of nt, a plus times of nt will be f of x into times of dx will be n into 0 to t, that is f of x into times of dx anta barutte. So second one we have, what is that, a plus times of nt to b plus times of nt, f of x will be there, that is dx is equal to a to b, that is f of x into times of dx anta barutte. Now we have, that is the third one. Okay, what is the third one? That is 0 to nt, f of x into times of dx will be n into 0 to t, f of x into times of dx barutte. So fourth one, what is the fourth one? So 0 to a plus times of t, sorry, a plus times of t, f of x into dx will be equal to 0 to t f of x. Okay, basically f of x dx anta ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, f of x and also will be having, that is dx ಬರುತ್ತೆ, which is very very important for us to remember and also for us to know about. Okay, yeah. So now this is how we will have to basically remember and we will have to know about all these things. Okay na, so ಈ ತರ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಮಗದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. Fine. Now, ivaga integration using the reduced formula. How do we use the reduced formula, or what is the reduced formula? Reduction formula ಏನು? So reduced formula ಏನು? ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. Integration using reduction formula ಅಂದಾಗ any formula which expresses an integral in terms of another which is simpler in reduction formula of the first integral. So successive application of reduction formula, what it does is it basically helps in finding the ಬಿಗರ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ? ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್. So integration using the reduction formula ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, which is very very important first remember. Okay, so ಇವಾಗ ಏನಿದೆ integration using reduction formula ಅಂದ್ರೆ one small formula ತಗೋತೀವಿ, then one big formula ನ ಆ small formula ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 to pi by 2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, sin 6 of x into times of dx. So this is basically said to be I. Okay, let us basically say I of n solution ಬರುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಿ. I of n ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 0 to pi by 2 sin of n x into times of dx, which is equal to 0 to pi by 2 sine of n minus of 1 x into times of sine of x into times of dx ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Correct? So here we can basically say sine of n minus of 1 x into minus of cos of x. Okay, that is 0 to times of pi by 2 minus of 0 to pi by 2, which is n minus of 1 into sine of n minus of 2x into cos of x into minus of cos of x into dx ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, which can be written as n minus of 1 0 to pi by 2 into times of sine of n minus of 2 dx. Okay, x ಬರುತ್ತೆ dx, that is equal to n minus of 1 into 0 to times of pi by 2 sine of n x into times of dx. So that is I of n will be there, n minus of 2. Okay, n minus of 2 0 to times of pi by 2, that is sine of n minus of 2x dx. Okay, minus of n minus of 1 times of in barutte. Correct? So this one will be in. So in can also be written as n minus of 1 divided by n into 0 to pi by 2, that is sine n minus 2 into times of sine n minus 2x dx. That will be equal to n minus of 1 by n I n minus of 2 anta barutte. So when we put n will be equal to 0 or n will be equal to 6 anta ಹಾಕ್ತಿವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, n will be equal to what? 6 anta ಹಾಕ್ತಿವಿ. So I of 6 will be equal to 5 because 6 minus of 1 alva. 6 minus of 1 divided by 6 into I to the power of 4, that will be equal to, or I4, that is 5 6 is equal to 3 divided by 4 into I of 2. Okay, so that will be equal to 5 divided by 6 into 3 divided by 4 into 1 divided by 2 into I naught. So that will be equal to 5 3s are 15 divided by 6 4s are 24 into 2, that is 2 5s are, your 3 5s are, then 3 8s are, so 5 divided by 16 into I naught. So I6 is equal to, how much is that? That is equal to 5 divided by 16 into I naught, wherein I naught will be 0 to pi by 2 into times of dx, that is equal to pi by 2. So therefore that is 5 divided by 16 into 5 divided by 2, that will be equal to, how much is that? I6 is equal to 5 pi divided by 16 anta barutte. So that will be equal to 5 by 6 into times of I naught is pi by 6, 5 pi by 6, 5 pi by 32 anta ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. Okay, so that is basically called as what? So that is integration using the reduction formula. ಈ ತರ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐಎನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ನಾವು ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಂದ ಬಿಗರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆ ತರ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆರ್ ದ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೌ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಸೊ ಇದು ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದು? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್? ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ Leibniz formula. Okay na? So Newton Leibniz formula and barate. What is this Newton Leibniz formula? Differentiation under the integral sign. So first of all we will have to know about this, that is differentiation. Okay, differentiation under the integral sign anta barutte. So we have, that is the integral sign anta ತಗೋತೀವಿ. So differentiation under the integral sign. So ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ what is there? That is d divided by dx into integration of f of x into times of g of x, that is f of t. Okay, that is equal to dt will be equal to f into times of g of x ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, into times of g dash of x plus minus of f into f of x. Okay, so f of x into times of f dash of x. So now ivaga if f of t will be there, will be equal to a to b, that is g of x comma t into times of dx, then we have, okay, then we can say df divided by dt will be there, that is equal to a to b dou g x minus of t divided by dou t, that is equal to dx anta barutte. So this is basically called as what? So that is the Leibniz Newton Leibniz formula anta irutte. So first of all we'll be having, that is the Newton Leibniz formula anta barutte, which is very very important for us to remember and also for us to know about. So idi thara bandaga, so we'll be able to know about that. Okay, so now we'll be having inequalities in definite integrals. Okay, so basically inequalities in definite integrals ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. So first of all we'll be having 0 or a to b f of x into times of dx. So that is equal to a to b, then we'll be having, that is summation of f of x into times of dx ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So then we'll be having, that is if f of x is there, f of x is greater than equal to g of x, okay, in a to b. So we'll be having a to b, then we can say that a to b f of x into times of dx is greater than equal to a to b g of x into times of dx anta barutte. Now we'll be having next one, that is if in case f of x is greater than 0, is greater than equal to 0 in a comma b, then we can say, okay, a comma b it is closed, then we can say a to b f of x into times of dx, okay, will be greater than equal to 0 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So if in case if f of x is greater than or equal to f of x1. Okay, so f of x1 is greater than equal to f of x, which is greater than, further greater than equal to f of 2x in a comma b. Okay, then we'll have, what is that? Okay, a to b baratte f1x dx, which will be greater than equal to a to b f of x dx, and which is greater than equal to a to b f2 of x dx ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು in this way. Now we'll be having, that is the next one. Okay, if m and small m, so if m and small m will be there, if m and small m are global maxima, so first of all we'll be having, that is the global maxima and minima. Okay, so first of all we have, that is the global maxima and minima of the function. Okay, so basically of the function f of x in a to b. So basically in a to b, then we can say, then we have m will be there, that is b minus of a is greater than equal to a to b. So we have f of x into times of dx is greater than or equal to m into b minus of a anta baratte. Okay, so then the next one we have is, if y is equal to f of x is a positive valued equation and thara irutte. So basically is a positive valued differential function baratte. So basically we have, that is the positive valued differential function in a to b. So basically in a to b, then we can basically say, what can we say here? A to b, that is equal to f of x into times of dx will be, or f of x into dx will be there into times of f of, or basically a to b 1 divided by f of x into times of dx is greater than equal to b minus of a whole square. So therefore f of x will be basically called as a constant function. It basically becomes equals to the ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಎಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ವಿ ನೋ ಹೌ ಡು ವಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಆರ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ us look into what is that questions related to the definite integrals. Okay, so the first one we have the question number 1, and all these things are basically what? All these things are PYQs only, that is previous year questions only. We'll be solving them and then we'll be understanding how to solve better questions like these. Okay, yes, fine. Now we have the first question. If n is any integer, if n is any integer, then find the value of 0 to pi e cos square x into cos square or cos cube 2n plus times of 1x. Okay, so 2n plus 1 times of x into times of dx. So solution in baratilli, so we can basically tell, since we have cos of 2n plus times of 1, okay, into pi minus of x will be equal to cos into, okay, that is 2n plus times of 1 into pi minus of 2n plus times of 1 times of x will be there, that is minus of cos of 2n plus times of 1 x, and we have, that is cos square times of pi minus of x baratte. So which will be equal to cos square times of x. Okay, therefore so that okay, so that we can say f of 2a minus of x will be minus of f of x, and hence, okay, hence we can say, hence by property of definite integral. So property of definite integral, we can say 0 to pi e to the power of cos square x. Okay, that is equal to cos cube of 2n plus times of 1 x into times of dx will be equal to what? It will be equal to 0 anta helbohadu. Okay, this will be equal to what? So this is basically equal to 0. So that is how we will have to know. Okay, yeah. Question number 2 is there, and what is this question number 2? What is there? So we can basically say, let f be a positive function. Okay, now so let f be a positive function. I1 will be equal to 1 minus of k into k x f of how much is that? So basically f of x into 1 minus of x barate. So then we have dx. Then that is I2 will be equal to 1 minus of k into times of k, and then f of x into 1 minus of x barate. So that is dx will be there, and then we have when 2k minus of 1 is greater than 0, then we have to find, what is that? So then we have to find I1 divided by I2. Okay, so what is the solution? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ solution ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. So when we talk about solution, what is the solution? Okay, so now we have been given I1 is equal to 1 minus of k to k x into f of x, sorry, this one will be there, f of x into 1 minus of x barate, that is dx. So which is equal to minus k, 1 by k to the power of k, or 1 minus of k plus times of k, okay, minus of x, that is equal to f of 1 minus of k, okay, plus times of k minus of x, and that is equal to 1 minus of 1 minus of hange hogta irutte. So hence we can basically say a to b. Okay, we will have to know about this. So which is that? So basically we will have to know about one thing. Okay, what is that one thing? Let us see. Okay, we will have this one thing, a to b, that is f of x into dx will be equal to a to b f of a plus times of b minus of x into dx. Okay, so therefore we can say 1 plus 1 minus of k to k, 1 minus of x barate f of x into 1 minus of x dx. So therefore this is equal to 1 minus of k to k f of x 1 minus of x dx minus of 1 minus of k to k x f of x into ಇದೆಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, x into 1 minus of x ಸೇಮ್ ಬರೀತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಈ ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಇವಾಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು? ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ 2i1 will be equal to i2 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ i1 divided by i2 ಏನಾಯ್ತು? 1 divided by 2 ಆಯ್ತು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅದು ಏನಾಯ್ತು? 1 divided by 2 ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವರು, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ I1 divided by I2 ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, ಅದೆಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಅದು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಹಾಫ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಎಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್? ಸೊ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 3 ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಮ್ಗೆ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 3 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್, what is the value of ಏನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದಾರೆ ಅವರು, what is the value of minus pi to pi, that is cos square x divided by 1 plus times of a to the power of x dx when x or when a is greater than 0 ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, so when basically a is greater than 0, so ಅವಾಗ the value of this is basically that thing ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಎಸ್. ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇದನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. I will be equal to minus pi to pi, that is cos square x divided by 1 plus times of ax into dx, and that is pi minus of pi, that is equal to cos square x divided by 1 plus times of a minus of x barate, and that will be the case. Okay, so into times of minus of dx. Okay, so therefore that is minus of dx anta barutte, and that is how we will have to know, and adana ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಾವ್ ಇವಾಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ತರ ಹ್ಮ್ ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವ್ ಇವಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ವಿ ಸೇ, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ I is equal to this thing ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ I plus times of I will be equal to minus pi to pi, that is equal to cos square x into 1 plus times of 1 by x plus times of 1 divided by 1 plus times of a minus of x dx ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So which is equal to minus pi to pi, that is equal to cos square x into times of dx. So therefore illi 2i will be there. 2i is equal to 2 into 0 to pi, that is equal to cos square x into times of dx, that is 0 to pi, and that is 1 plus times of cos of 2x dx ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So that is 2i will be there, that is x into 0 to pi plus times of sine of 2x divided by 2, which is 0 to pi ಬರುತ್ತಿದ್ದು. So therefore we can say 2i will be equal to pi, that will be equal to I will be equal to pi divided by 2 ಅಂತ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು? ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 4th ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ 5th ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5th ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ. So L is m of n, that is equal to 0 to 1, and also tm to the power of 1 plus times of t n of dt ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So then we have the expression for I, that is m comma n in terms of, so basically in terms of what is that, in terms of I of m plus times of 1 and also n minus of 1 is what ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅದು ಇದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಎಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಂ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ ಎಂ ಕಾಮಾ ಎನ್. So L of m comma n will be equal to 0 to 1, that is t to the power of m 1 plus times of t to the power of n dt. So therefore we can say 1 plus times of t to the power of n, that is t m plus times of 1 divided by, okay, divided by what, divided by m plus 1 is 0 to 1 minus of 0 to 1, that is n into 1 plus times of t n minus of 1 t m plus times of 1 divided by m plus 1 dt ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is equal to 2 to the power of what is that, so 2 power n divided by m plus times of 1 minus of n divided by m plus times of 1 L into m plus times of 1 and n minus of 1 will be the answer. Okay, so this is going to be the answer ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so now we have what are the area bounded ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. Okay, so now we basically need to know what is the area bounded. ಆ ತರ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆ ತರ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಿದೆ, ಇಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ y, this is greatest integer is the greatest integer less than or equal to, okay, y. So basically it will be y will be there is less than or equal to y, then the value of, okay, value of the integral, what is the value of the integral, what is that, that is pi by 2, and also that is 3 pi divided by 2, 2 into times of sine of x into times of dx. So we have, that is the solution. What is the solution? So we have to know minus 1, that will be equal to sine of x, that is 1, and therefore we can say minus 2, that is 2 times of sine of x will be there, which is 2. Now ivaga I will be there, that is pi by 2, okay, that is 3 pi divided by 2, that is 2 into times of sine of x into times of dx. So that will be there, that is pi by 2, and also we have 5 pi by 2, that is 2 times of sine of x dx will be there, plus 5 pi by 6. Okay, so this is, sorry, so 5 pi by 6, and also we have pi, that is 2 into times of sine of x into times of dx, plus times of pi into 7 pi by 6, and then that is 2 times the sine of x into times of dx ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So here we can basically say pi by 2 into 5 pi by 6, 2 5 pi by 6, 1 into dx, plus times of 5 pi by 6 till pi will be there, 0 into times of dx, plus pi, and also we have 7 pi by 6, that is minus 1 into times of dx, plus times of 7 pi by 6 into 3 pi by 2 will be minus 2 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, minus 2 dx ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So then next one we can basically say that, what do you say, minus, or that is 5 pi by 6 minus of 5 by 2, okay, my plus times of 0 minus of 7 pi by 6 minus of pi minus of 2 into 3 pi by 2 minus of 7 pi by 6 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, which will be equal to 2 pi by 6 minus of pi by 6, okay, minus of 4 pi by 6, that will be equal to minus of pi by 2 ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್? ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಫ್ 5/2 ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾ. Now we have f of x. Okay, next question ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. What is the next question? So we have the next question basically says, okay, f of x or ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದೇನು, that is f of x is equal to a into sine of pi x divided by 2 plus b into sine or plus b. Okay, so this is one thing, and f dash of half will be equal to root 2. Okay, then ivaga 0 to 1 f of x. Okay, so basically ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 to 1 f of x dx will be equal to 2a divided by pi ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Then we have to find a and b respectively. Okay na, so then we will have to basically find a and b respectively anta barutte. How do we find a and b respectively? So idakke solution nodona. So ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು f of x is equal to a sine of pi x divided by 2 plus b, and also f dash of half will be equal to root 2. Okay, so then ivaga 0 to 1 f of x into times of dx is equal to 2a divided by pi barutte. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 to 1, that is a into times of sine of, okay, pi x divided by 2 plus times of b will be there, that is dx will be there, that is 2a divided by pi. Okay, so then minus of 2a divided by pi into cos of pi x divided by 2 plus times of dx, then we have 0 to 1, that is 2a divided by pi anta barutte. So b minus of 2a divided by pi will be equal to 2a divided by pi, and that will be equal to b is equal to 0. Now therefore we can say f of x is there a into times of sine of pi x divided by 2, that will be there f dash of x will be equal to pi a divided by 2 into times of cos of pi x divided by 2. So therefore we can say f dash of half will be equal to pi a divided by 2 into 1 divided by root 2, that is root 2, that will be equal to pi a will be equal to 4, that is equal to a will be equal to 4 divided by pi anta irutte. A is equal to what? A can be written as 4 by pi. So a is equal to 4 by pi and b will be equal to 0 anta ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. Okay, yes. Now the next one is what? So we have, that is the question number 9. Okay. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ question number 9 ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 0 into times of pi, and then we have that is sine of n plus times of half into x divided by sine of x divided by 2, that is dx ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So therefore we have solution, and what is the solution? 2 into times of sine of x divided by 2 into 1 divided by 2 plus times of cos of x plus times of cos of 2x, okay, plus dot 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 plus times of cos of n of x ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That will be equal to sine of x divided by 2 plus times of 2 times of sine of x by 2, that is into times of cos of x plus times of 2 times of sine of x by 2 cos of 2x, that will be dot 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 puna ivaga plus times of 2. So it will be 2 times of sine of x by 2 into cos of nx anta barutte. Correct? So cos of nx barutte. This will be equal to sine of x by 2 plus sine of 3x by 2 minus of sine of x by 2 plus sine of 5x by 2 minus sine of 3x by 2 plus dot 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 ಏನಾಗುತ್ತದೆ 3x plus dot 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 sine of n plus times of half x minus of sine of n minus times of half of x anta barutte. Okay, which is equal to sine of n plus times of half of x irutte. So which will be equal to half plus cos of x plus times of cos of 2x plus dot 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 plus times of cos of nx, that will be equal to sine of n plus times of half of x divided by 2 times of sine of x divided by 2 anta baratilli. Okay, so x divided by 2, so which can be written as 0 to pi, which will be sine of n plus times of half of x divided by sine of x divided by 2 into times of dx will be 2 into what is that 0 to pi, that is half into times of dx plus 0 to pi cos x into times of dx plus dot dot dot, okay, plus dot 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 plus times of 0 to pi, that is cos of nx into dx anta barutte. Okay, so which can be written as 2 into pi divided by 2 plus times of sine of x, okay, plus dot 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 plus times of sine of n of x divided by n, okay, 0 to pi barutte, which will be equal to pi. Okay, yeah, so adu solution barutte, and that is how we will have to basically remember, and we will have to solve it in that way. Okay na? Okay, now the next question what we are seeing, okay, which is that next question. Let us see what is our next question anta nodana. Or ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು the integral, they have given integral, what is that, pi divided by 12 anta barutte, and this is pi divided by 4, 8 of cos of 2x divided by uh, okay, so basically we'll be having, this is the case, so cos of 2 of x, and also we have that is tan of x plus times of cot of x whole cube. Okay, and then we'll be having that is equal to dx anta barutte. Okay, so then that is how we have to know. And ivaga I will be there, integration will be equal to pi divided by 12 and pi divided by 4, 8 of cos of 2x divided by, how much is that, that is tan x plus times of cot of x whole cube. Okay, dx anta ಬರುತ್ತೆ. I will be equal to pi divided by 12 and pi divided by 4, that is 8 cos of 2x divided by sine square x plus times of cos square x divided by sin x into cos x whole cube anta ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so this is dx. So then therefore I will be there, that is pi divided by 12 and pi divided by 4 x into times of cos of 2x divided by 1 plus times of, or 1 divided by cos of x into times of sine of x whole cube, that is of dx anta barutte. So I will be equal to, so that is equal to pi by 12, and also we have pi divided by 4, that is 8 times of cos of 2 of x divided by 2 divided by sine of 2x whole cube, and then dx antara barutte. So then we have I will be equal to pi divided by 12 and then pi divided by 4, 8 cos of 2x into sine cube of 2x divided by 8 into dx. So therefore we can say I will be equal to pi by 12 into pi by 4, we have sine of 2x into cos of 2x. Okay, this will be there into times of sine square times of 2x dx barutte. I will be equal to, how much is that, 1 by 2 into pi divided by 12 into pi by 4 sine of 4 of x. Okay, 1 minus of cos of 4x divided by 2 into times of dx anta barutte. Now therefore we can say I will be equal to 1 divided by 4 pi by 12 and also pi by 4, that is sine of 4x dx minus of 1 by 8 times of pi by 12 and then pi by 4 sine of 8x into times of dx. So therefore on the above integral, putting the lower and the upper limits, ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ I is equal to 15 divided by 128 ತರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಏನೇನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, so now we have to know about that. ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ನಾವು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ನಮಗೆ ಇರತ್ತೆ. So now we'll be having question number 12. Okay, what is this question number 12? So we have okay, the next question basically. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ okay, 0 to 1, okay, then 8 log of 1 plus times of x divided by 1 plus times of x square dx ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, so what is that solution? So ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ solution ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Okay, we have to basically find the value of ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So we can basically say find the value of, so we'll be having that is 0 to 1, that is 8 into times of log of 1 plus times of x divided by 1 plus times of x square into dx. So on putting x will be equal to tan of x anta tan theta, so theta will be equal to tan inverse of x anta barutte. So d theta will be equal to 1 divided by 1 plus x square, okay, into times of dx anta barutte. So now I will be equal to 0 to pi by 8, and also we have that is 8 log of 1 plus times of tan of theta into times of d theta. So this will be 1. So we have, let us say, okay, let's say we have theta will be equal to pi by 4 minus of theta, x plus times of y is equal to pi divided by 4. So we can basically say 1 plus times of tan of x will be there into 1 plus times of tan of y, that will be equal to 2 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So ಇವಾಗ this will be equal to, okay, so now we will have to remember, and ಈ ತರ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ what do we have to know, I will be equal to pi into times of log of 2. Okay, so now we will have to basically know about all these kinds of things, and then that is how we will have to remember, and ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆ ಥರಾನೇ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Now next question ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, next question ನೋಡೋಣ. Okay, so basically we have that is the next question, if we have f of a plus b plus times of 1 minus x, okay, is equal to f of x for all the values of x ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, so then we will have to know about this, where we can say where a and b are both are the fixed positive, okay, positive real numbers ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So 1 divided by a plus b will be a plus a to b x of f of x plus times of, okay. Okay, so now this is the case, and then 1 plus times of f of x plus times of 1, then we'll be having that is the dx ಅಂತ ಬರತ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇವಾಗ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಏನ್ ಬರತ್ತೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ we have f of a plus times of b plus times of 1 into x, that is f of x will be there, that is 1. Okay, then we have at x will be equal to, or x extends to x plus times of 1, f of a plus times of b minus of x, that is equal to f of x plus times of 1 to 2. Okay, so ಇದು second one ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So from, okay, so now ಇವಾಗ from what do you say, from will be having from 1 to 2. Okay, so basically from 1 to y is equal to 1 plus times of a to b, then a plus b minus of x ಬರುತ್ತೆ, that will be equal to f of x plus times of 1 plus f of x. Okay, so that will be there, that is dx, this is fourth one. So therefore adding fourth to the equation, 205 will be there, a to b, that is f of a plus b minus x plus times of 1 dx, okay, plus times of a to b, that is f of x into times of dx ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So therefore 2 of y will be there, that is 2 into times of a to b f of x. Okay, so then we have 2 of x and dx, then I will be equal to, we will have to know about a to b, and then we'll have that is f of x into times of dx. So as we have x will be equal to t plus times of 1, dx will be equal to dt, I will be equal to a minus of 1, b minus of 1, f of t minus or t plus times of 1 dt. So therefore we can say I will be equal to a minus of 1, b minus of 1, f of x plus times of 1 into times of dx. So ಈ ತರ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, okay, ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ಪೀರಿಯಾಡಿಕ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.